Hi guys, this is Destiny from Desphixs and welcome back to another video in the channel. And in this one, we're going to go ahead and start working with template inheritance in Django. Currently, our templates doesn't really look good. We've got a lot of extended templates from all over the place. But in this video, we're going to go ahead and actually inherit from base and partial templates and actually clean things up and get ourselves ready to start building the project. That is what we'll be doing in this video. Hopefully you will enjoy the video. Do make sure to drop a like, consider subscribing, as it really means the world to me. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The very first thing that I will do is go ahead and open up my code editor. Remember, in the last video, we worked with the sign out functionality. Now, what we want to do in this one is open up the template, and I want you guys to follow along, or else you might easily lose attention from the video because it might be a little bit complex, but just follow along step by step and everything should work out for you well. So open up the templates folder. Okay, this is the hotel HTML. Let's see how this looks. This one over here has all the base. What I will do is go ahead and reduce my zoom out a little bit so that I can be able to see all the projects at the same time. And after I've done this, we need to go ahead and create a new folder in the template, and we will call that one partials. So right click in the templates, click on new folder, and let's call this one partials. Okay, we already have partials actually. Yeah, we do have partials already, and it has base in it. That's great. So we have partials, it has base in it, but the base is empty. So now hopefully you guys already know that this is what we can see in our page. If I come over to the home page, this is what we have. And this is as a result of this code that we have here that is called hotel. So if we get rid of this code and refresh this page, this should be gone. That is great. Now, the goal is to take things that will be appearing in all other pages, put them in one page, and simply extend from those pages. I don't know if that makes sense. We will take the header, we will take the footer. So these are the sections of the websites that will appear in all the pages. We will take all this and put it in one page. Then in every subsequent pages, all we have to do is just call the code where we have the header and the footer, and we should just extend it. You know, instead of actually making duplicates of the header everywhere. Now imagine you have like, I don't know, let's say 58 pages in your website. And they all have the same headers like this, but these headers are in 58 places. And for some reason, you actually want to change the text of the sign in to log in. That means you have to open up those pages one after the other, the 58 pages one after the other, come over to the header, which is here. So you have to come over to the header, which is here, and change this to log in. So this is just an example, okay? You change this to login, you go over to another page, you change it to login, you go over to another page, you change it to login, and you do that for 58 pages. Trust me, you will not be productive that way. The best thing to do is just extend all the header in one page and everything should work out well for you. Let's go ahead and start with this. Enough talking. Now, we've got a main wrapper over here. I will close this off, but you can see when we close off the main wrapper, that means we don't have any code over here again. All we want to grab is the header. And the very first thing that I like checking is this main wrapper over here. Does it actually break the code if it's not there? And what do you notice? It does not break the code if it's not there. It's just like a null div. So get rid of the main wrapper and get rid of the clear fix also. You can leave that if you want. Now, the very first thing that we've got over here is the header, right? So if we cut out this header and refresh this page, what do you notice? The header is gone. Now, I want you to cut out the header from over here all the way to the top, cut out everything there, paste it in your base HTML. Okay, now immediately after the header, I want you to create a new block content. So block content, then you also need to end this off, end block content. This is just like as if you're creating an if statement. So you open it, you also need to end it off. Now let's put the footer also. This is the banner. I will have to minimize all this till I get to the footer. These are a lot of sections. There you go. This is the footer. So from over here, copy from the footer all the way to the last line, cut it out, come over to the base HTML, below the end block content, paste what you've copied. As simple as that. Now make sure that you're loading static over here in the base HTML, and also make sure that you're loading static here in the hotel HTML. You can actually still indent your code to make everything look better. And this way now, if you get back here and refresh the code, nothing should actually work. See, we have this code looking not really good. So this code is looking this way because we have actually removed all the styling. Remember that it's this hotel HTML that is responsible for showing up whatever that is over here on this page. So now that we remove the styling for this page, what do we expect, or how do we expect the page to look? It should look like this, okay? It should look like this. So how do we then get back all the styling that's in the base HTML to come over to the hotel HTML without copying all this code one after the other and putting it in here? It's quite simple if you ask. All you have to do is come over to the top and you want to create a new tag and call it extends. So what is the name of the folder where the base HTML is sitting? It's called partials. And what is the name of the file? It's called base HTML. So base HTML is where the CSS, HTML, JavaScript, header, footer are all sitting, okay? Now, if we refresh this page, we should now see the header and the footer, even with the CSS. But how about our main contents? They are all gone. So how should we get our main contents back? Okay, I would like to pay attention to this one. Remember we created this block content thing over here. Remember, right? Now, whatever you pass into this block content is what will show up in between the header and the footer, which in our case would be the main website. So imagine over here now, I added something like my website. So my website. And we get back here and refresh. Now, what do you notice? See, my website is showing up in between the header and the footer. That makes sense. So the best thing to do in this case is to come over here to the hotel, right? Copy all this and put it in the base HTML, right? Yes, actually, that is one way to do it, but it does not make any sense, okay? You still want to leave your code over here in the hotel, and all you need to do is tell Django that whenever a code gets wrapped in block content and end block content, that Django should automatically inject the code in here. In case that's a lot of talking, let's go ahead and do this, then you will see it in action. Just copy this, or you could type it out if you want. And over here, you could paste it over here at the top. Then I want you to grab the end block content, then use it to wrap all the code. Okay? Now our code looks wrapped. You can indent that to make it look better. That's just my own way of doing things. And after that, let's refresh. What do you notice? Our code is now working perfectly well. That is nice. We could go ahead and change up a couple of things. For example, like over here now, you could add static if you want. Static, then paste this in so that we have this nice looking background over here. And also in the base, there is just one thing that I want you guys to add. If you don't always keep adding static and things like that, come over to the base, create a new base tag. Okay, create a new base tag like this. Then over here, you should put in your static code and just add a slash at the end. That way, if you refresh this now, you see we have this. If you get rid of the static and just leave the image and refresh, what do you notice? You see we still have the image. So you don't need to worry about putting static in all the places. But I will actually recommend that you should do that just in case you're hosting your site on an application or a service that actually needs you to explicitly define the static before it can get images and files. All right, so that's pretty much it. As you can see, it's working well, but we don't still have our login page and logout page configured. Let's do that real quick. Now in the user auth sign in, remember how we did the other one? I just want you guys to go ahead and minimize the header. Just minimize everything that we have over here. Then remember we got rid of the main wrappers. So you could go ahead and get rid of the main wrapper, get rid of this one, and also get rid of this one. So now we have just this. I want you to go ahead and delete the header. We don't need that. Okay, delete the header all the way to the top. Remember, we're getting rid of all that. You can still leave the load static. That is actually needed. Then from over here, delete everything from the footer all the way to the bottom. That is because we will go ahead and extend now. So how do you think our register page will look if we try coming over there? So user auth / sign up. This is how it looks, right? Okay, actually it's supposed to be sign in. That's what we're working on currently. See, this does not look good. Now all we need to do is go ahead and bring in the block content. Okay, then we need to wrap our code here. Indent this so it looks nice. And finally, you need to go ahead and extend. Remember how we extend, how we do the extend? I can just copy and paste since we already have it. Refresh the code. What do you notice? Looking perfectly well. So yeah, that's it. Let's see if there is something that we are missing over here. Okay, we've got this image. This is the sign up. Let's see. Actually, everything looks okay. Everything looks okay. Apart from the image that is missing, as you can see, it shows up over there, but it doesn't show up on the large screen. I don't know. Maybe it's actually. Let's see. This is it over here. If I put this here, can we still see the image? I think we got rid of it when we were getting rid of things. Here, let me bring back the code that we had. Okay, let's just bring back all the code that we had and do this again. This is the code that we're looking for, that image actually. If you comment it out, as you can see, it's gone. So we need everything here. We need everything here. So we need everything in these two places, in these two divs. Okay, let's copy this and paste it down there. There you go. The code is still showing up. Now remember how we did the other things. You just need to go ahead and wrap this in the block content. And finally, you need to go ahead and extend. I hope you're still following along. And push this in and make everything look good. Okay, this is what we have now. The code, not the code, the image still doesn't show up when we are in the full screen. I will go ahead and debug this and add the updated code here that we will check for the image. I don't really know what's going on with it now. I will have to go and look at this. But as you can see, this is looking great. We just need to change this from sign up to sign in. Okay, then change this hi there, create a free account today to something like welcome back, log in now, welcome back. Okay, there you go. Now let's also work on the sign up page. Remember the drill. You need to minimize this, then get rid of the main wrappers, this and this, get rid of them, then get rid of everything in the header from here all the way to the top, just like that. And also for the footer all the way to the bottom, just like that. And we need to firstly start by loading static. Actually, I cut the code and it's in my clipboard currently. Then after that, we need to go ahead and extend from partials / base HTML. Take note, your partials should be the very first thing in your code or there will be an error. Now we need to put a block content and let's actually indent that so it looks good. And finally, paste our code. So now if we try coming over to the sign up, not sign in. So we come over to the sign up. This is how our code looks, looking great. Now I'm actually beginning to notice something. Let me get rid of the clear fix over here. All right, there you go. That's what's made the images not show up. So in the sign in, I want you guys to leave the clear fix, okay? So leave the clear fix over here. Actually, clear fix kind of sounds like Desphixs. So let's leave this here. And there you go. As you can see, this is working. Now let's check for the sign in. And also it's working. That's perfect. So we actually fixed that. Now all our header and footer, they are all coming from one place. Let's go ahead and change up the base HTML. Open up the base HTML and you could change this up to, I don't know, let's say to hotel management. Let's just say HMS for short. Okay, HMS. And what else do we need to change over here? you can actually start changing up all this. Remember, we have this home version 1, home version 2, home version 3. We can remove all that. Okay, we don't actually need all that. Get rid of this, get rid of this. Just leave only the home. That is okay for us. And change all this to slash. So slash is going to take you back to the home page. Okay, that did not work. Let's see what's going on. Refresh this. Come over here. Yeah, there you go. That's working now. Also for the listing, let's change up a couple of things there. For the listing, actually I could just stick with the let's see. Let me get rid of everything here, and we have only one currently. So this is the one that we have, only this one. In case we need to create a listing in the future, we could just go ahead and grab that from the templates. But right now we're just trying to make things look good. There you go. So you could change this to hotels, and this is where we will be looping through all the hotel. For example, Abu Dasht Hotel. And let's say we've got 2 of that. There you go, just like that. Also for the user panel, you can leave that the way it is. For the blog, go ahead and get rid of this. We don't need that. And so these are things that you can actually do later on your own. For the pages, I don't actually really need that. Pages, I will get rid of it. Okay, so we just stick with user panel, blog. I can even get rid of the user panel. I don't think I really need that on the home page. Let me get rid of that. Change the user panel to dashboard. Okay, let's refresh this. There you go. It's dashboard, blog. Now let's change up the login, logout things. Right now, as you can see, our code doesn't actually look formatted the way I want it to be. I will open up one of my tools over here and let's format the code. So grab my header and paste in here and format. There you go. I will paste it again down here, and now my code should be formatted perfectly well. In case you need this tool, it's called webformatter.com/html. Okay, let's go ahead and change up a couple of things, starting from the login and register. So right now, the login actually is a pop-up. If you want to configure this to be pop-up, it's up to you. You have the template, you can go ahead and configure it. Okay. So for this one, I will get rid of this and also get rid of this. And in here, what we should just have is URL tag, Django URL tag, and it goes to user/sign in. For the login, it will be sign in. For the register, it will be sign up. And let's refresh this. See, when you click on this, okay, it still brings up the pop-up. Let's see what's going on with that. This is the, I think this is the one that brings up the pop-up. Let me get rid of this. Let's see again. Okay, that still brings up the pop-up. But I just hope that this is what we are trying. Okay, there you go. That's the issue. We are not actually changing the right thing. This is what we are supposed to be changing here, not this one. Get rid of the pop-up with zoom animation. Just get rid of this. And over here, this is where we need to put in those URL code that we just created right now. So I will copy this one and also copy this one and just put them in here. Okay. Now for this one, we don't really need that any longer. I could go ahead and get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Refresh this page. Now this, when you click on it, we go to the login page. When you click on this, we go to the sign up. Just change the add listing to sign up, or you could say register. It's up to you what you want to call that. There you go, register. And just one thing that I want to do and we should be done is, if a user is actually logged in, I don't want to show the login and register button. That doesn't make sense. So let's say if user.is authenticated, then we show a button, else we show another button. So let's change this up. So if a user is logged in, I want to show the dashboard and also show a logout button. So the logout button should go to sign up. For now, we don't have any dashboard, so it should just be still a slash. Let's refresh this. This is what we have now. Let's come over to login and actually log in. There you go. As you can now see, we have dashboard and we have logout. You can change up the icons if you want. I'm sure there is an icon that is TH. Let's see. There you go. And also for the logout, you could change this to sign out. FA sign out. There you go. So now you click on the logout, it logs you out. It now changes to login and register. You can also create a new account, register. There you go. See, it logs us in. It shows the dashboard and the logout. That's pretty much it. Everything is looking great over here. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. In the next one, we're going to go ahead and start working with creating an alert so that when we log in, log out, or actually perform some operations that needs an alert, we will see a nice, good looking interactive alert. That is what we'll be doing in the next video. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the video. Don't make sure to drop a like, consider subscribing, and read, as it really means the world to me. Hope to see you in the next video. Until then, I'd love. Peace out.